Put a finger down if you've ever taken someone...
Sorry. Start again, because I just passed the break.
Right.
I thought I'd only need one hand. So.
Right.
Hello and welcome to the We've All Been There podcast, the official first episode where you can actually hear us speaking as well.
I'm really sorry about the audio. I'm really sorry about how much I spoke. And I'm really sorry that you literally couldn't hear a word coming out of Annabelle's mouth. We have fixed the audio. We've got no mics, and we're going to hope that this works so much better than the
If
last
it doesn't,
Q&A.
we'll retry something else.
We have based this episode on delusion because of the dilemmas that we've had sent in. You're sounding a little bit delusional, so we've all been delusional. What's it called?
It's the subject of conversation today.
Yeah.
The title.
The title of this episode.
We have all been delusional. Starting off with a dilemma, we'll go for something that someone sent in. We did put it on Instagram the other day. I don't know if you saw it, but Frankie has got it. So
Yeah,
she's gonna read
so
it out.
this is anonymous. Basically,
Just read it as it was sent.
so my friend has been in a 2-year relationship with her boyfriend, but after a night out one day, she went home with someone else and slept with him. There was photo proof of, you clearly see her tattoo, naked body, and a clear image of her phone messaging her boyfriend. She then got her boyfriend to come and pick her up from the other boy's house, claiming she was just at an afters. A year later, the photo was sent to her boyfriend by someone she had fallen out with, clearly proving that she had cheated on him. But when he saw it, he replied saying, "Ha ha ha, you're trying to break us up," and then blocked the messenger. She then posted an Instagram story with the caption, "I won."
I don't even know what to say about that.
So basically, a girl has been with her boyfriend for a few years.
Cheated on him. He's picked her up from said boy's house,
Thinking
I'm
it's
assuming.
an afters.
And then
A year later,
proof's been sent to him and he's not believed it,
So he's-
basically.
he's
and then she's posted on Instagram herself saying,
I
I won.
won. That's
So then she's well aware of the situation, for starters, of the fact she's done it because she has to declare that she's won.
and did the
which-
boyfriend not see the Instagram story saying "I won" and not clocked?
Not think, well, why are you posting that?
Why have you won? Because you've just got away with cheating and I'm still with you.
Yeah.
So he's actually delusional for one because
He's the delusional one in that situation. And, well, I was going to say she's delusional thinking she can get away with it, but clearly
she did.
she
got
did.
away
So
with it. But he's seen the tattoo. He's seen her phone messaging him.
that and everything you could possibly need as well.
Naked body.
In a photo, it's awful.
And you would have thought back and gone, I actually picked her up from that house. That's delusional.
Was it dated? Oh, it doesn't say. Didn't
No,
it?
not dated. Well, I don't think, no, it doesn't say anything about dated, but he's fully gone. He knows the situation.
He would see as well. You'd know him naked.
I mean,
body.
why would you want to stay though? Like, post an "I won" on their Instagram
Yeah,
story.
the I won
That
takes
tops
it too
it
far.
up and takes it to the next
That is-
level.
Personally,
She's gonna think she can get away with murder.
yeah,
now.
she's probably going to be doing
And
some
who's
next.
to say that wasn't the first time?
Exactly. That's
He's
the first
allowed
time
it.
that someone's found out about it.
First time someone's found out. Someone had the balls to bait her out. Well, you, my friend, are delusional.
Delusional. Right, so now we're going to do green flag or gaslight. Number 1, so he says, just want you to be happy even if it's not with me.
See, I don't know here.
See, I would listen to that if somebody said that to me, because I say it.
Yeah, but recently I just split up with someone and I genuinely do want her to be happy. And that's not me being weird.
That's what I
That's
mean,
just
like,
me
I
wanting
say
her
it, but
best-
I don't know.
I have her best interest at heart. Like, I'd hate to prey on her downfall. So at the same time, I don't know if it is. I guess it depends on how malicious you're delivering it.
I think, yeah.
I definitely
Because
was not
you
trying to
can-
gaslight.
Yeah, no, but I think when you break up with someone, once you're already over the breakup, like once that's happened and it's been a couple of weeks, then it's mature and not gaslighting when you sit there and say, I want what's best for you. But when you break up and you say, like,
See?
because I was going to say, if you break up and you say, I just want you to be happy, it is kind of in a genuine way you've noticed their unhappiness.
I guess
But
it
then-
depends on how like you're begging it as well. If you're like, I can only be happy with you, like I don't want to be with anyone else. I can only be happy with
And
you.
I'm
It's
like, no.
yeah, and it's like,
no,
well, I just
I
want
can't
you to
do
be
it.
happy, and it's like, well, you're not letting me be happy because it's not with you. I guess it could be gaslighting depending on the situation, but if you're genuinely wishing someone
Yeah,
their best
I
interest,
can't
I don't
lie.
think that's gaslighting.
Oh, I don't blame anyone for thinking that's green flag because I probably think, oh, they care about me.
Yeah, I'm disagreeing
That's
with
so
Chow. I'm
nice.
disagreeing with Chow.
I'm
on that
disagreeing.
one.
Do you want me to do the next one?
Mhm.
Buys you flowers every time you have an argument. I understand that as gaslighting because it is buying your, like,
Are you joking me? That is gaslighting.
it is
It's like,
it is the
especially
biggest
if there's
thing.
especially if there's no proper apology, no proper like, what's the word I'm thinking of here?
Um,
Acknowledgement of what they've
Yeah.
done, and they're instantly like, right, I don't even want to talk about this. Let me just buy him some flowers. And then the flowers
Yeah.
come, and me in my old
It is
delusional
literally
self
buying
would have opened the door
forgiveness.
and been like, oh, she's brought me flowers.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God,
post them on
love
my
it.
story. I love her so much, not knowing that we've just had domestics literally 5 minutes before, but because she's just brought me a couple of roses, I just forgive her now.
Yeah,
And then the same thing happens again. You end up in a row, and then she knows the flowers worked the first time, so she's gonna do it again, and it'll be like, oh, okay, I forgive you.
I love
and then you're stuck in a constant cycle of never ever
I did it
addressing
in
the
like
situation.
I did it in like a completely different way, but in terms of like, do you know if you buy someone instead of after an argument, if you buy someone gifts when like you feel like when you have had an argument but you're not in the wrong for the argument.
Oh, so you've brought them gifts even though
Yeah,
you
because
didn't
it
deserve
can be
because-
backwards. It can literally happen backwards because I used to buy gifts for someone who at the time didn't deserve it at all, but I was just doing it and acts of service. You know what I mean? Just acting that way to
try and make things better,
make things better, even though you haven't done anything wrong. They are just
You just wanted
acting.
to.
Do you know
You
what I
wanted
mean?
to. So they've done something wrong, but not. That's still just taking it out on you, even though it should be the other
and
way
then
around.
you
So
feel bad.
You felt bad and brought them a gift, even though you should have never have done that.
Even that is gaslighting. That comes down to gaslighting
but
as well,
raped
because
you
they
as well, didn't it?
no, they didn't actually, because the next day I bought another gift. Yeah.
It didn't even work either. But you're just so like, oh no, I want to make this better. I want to make.
It
this
just
better.
thinks in the moment. It's just like realistically, I know if someone bought me like food or something, ordered me like even ordering me food. Do you know what I mean? I'd be so gassed. No matter how much of a bad mood I'm in, I'd eat the food and be fine.
To be fair, if I was in an argument with someone and they turned around and was like, "Do you want Chinese?" I'd be like, "Yeah, fuck the
Yeah, do you know
argument."
what I mean?
Fuck the
Honestly, we'll
argument.
talk again after the Chinese. So
Innit, like-
or do you want to go for food or
Find
something?
something to watch. Let's eat, and then we can talk about it again. Oh,
And I
God.
can't talk when I'm eating. Like
No,
I
it's
can't. I
fine
have to be
anyway.
watching something. So
Mouth's too full to even think about a discussion at that point.
banging Chinese. What's the
Next
next one? He forgives you but keeps referencing your mistakes in future arguments.
But then you're never forgiven at the end of the day. If you're going to bring up something that you've already taken in, forgiven, yeah, don't worry about it. We won't even bring it up again. And then the second you have an argument, and it's probably irrelevant as well. Bet it's irrelevant because fuck me, that's happened to me. And it's like, well, why are you bringing this up when you said you was done with it and it's actually got nothing to do with this conversation? It's just a form of control.
It is.
It's a form of
That's
control.
why I do it.
That's why you do it.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You delusional girl.
Can't fucking lie. I actually gaslight to the maximum. Because I think I'm never over it, sorry. And if you tell you take over it, you're lying. I'm not over anything. I'm still holding grudges from year 7. Genuinely.
See, I used to do it in my first relationship, but because she would do it to me, she'd bring up something that happened like ages ago that had nothing to do with the situation. So I'd be like, well, if you want to play that game,
Yeah.
let's talk about X, Y, and Z. And then
Yeah,
it would be like,
because sometimes I think, no, because it actually relates to the argument, because like something will happen, and I'll say, for example, when this happened, and then it's, oh, here we go again. And I think, no, listen, actually, no, because when that did happen, that is a similar situation. I'm using it as a reference. And I'm sorry, if you didn't want it to be used as a reference, don't fucking do it.
no, I see what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
If it's brought up again because it has resemblance to the situation
No,
you're in,
it's never going to resemble to that severity. It's always resembling, like, 2% of it resembles the 100% situation from before, but I still use it as an example. Plenty of situations, actually. I
So
use
is it
everything.
gaslighting?
No, I think it's an example, actually.
I think it depends on the severity. If it's
I'm
a,
probably delusional,
I-
some would say. But
I don't know. I genuinely think if it's a random thing that has nothing to do with what you're talking about, and they've brought up a
Yeah,
past argument,
it can be.
that's gaslighting.
It can be.
is. That's gaslighting.
it
If it
can
has
be.
resemblance and it's like linking to things, and it's like, well, you said you wasn't going to do this, but look where we are, then there you go. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I probably do gaslight.
We're like that.
Slay. Right, next one anyway. He checks up on you after ghosting you. This one says gaslight. He doesn't miss you. He misses control.
Depends.
Depends. 'Cause obviously, there's always, in all of these situations, there's always a situation where you could actually care. Like,
Yeah,
you could ghost someone and then 2 weeks later think, oh, I do feel really guilty and I do feel bad and I do want to make sure they're alright for X,
coming
Y, and
from
Z
a good place.
reason.
It's not coming from a like. It's like one of them ones where it's like you finally get over someone, but then they come back. So it's like it's depending if they're coming back to genuinely check up on you, just to check if you're okay, or they're coming back to make sure that you know that they've not gone anywhere and that you thought you stopped thinking about me, but fucking surprise, bitch,
yeah.
I'm still here. Do you know,
Yeah.
one of them ones.
Just
to
a
be
little
fair.
reminder that
It's
you
like,
still
oh yeah, it's
exist.
been a few weeks now, like I'm finally, like, I think I'm over it, and then they're like there, and it's just them to remind you. That I think that's like gaslighting, but the
That's just
checkup,
like
the normal
stalking.
checkup's fine. Like you can check up on people.
Yeah. She says you deserve better but still won't leave. I think that's really hard because I feel like some people struggle so much with their self-worth as well. And sometimes people do say you deserve better, genuinely believing like you do deserve better.
You do.
Like, I think I've been in so many situations where either I've been made by the other person to feel like they deserve better because I'm not made to feel good enough, or I'm in situations where I just say it because in that situation I do think I'm lacking the things you're supposed to do as like a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So you do feel like sometimes I do feel like you can say that as a passing comment and like not mean it very deeply, but at the same time, if you're sat there and you're like, say if you're in an
Doing
abusive
the
relationship
most.
or you're cheating on someone, like you are doing the most to hurt the person you were with, intentionally aware that you're doing it, and you say to them you deserve better, and you're not either being better or leaving, then you are probably
Well, yeah, I feel like we've all been there on that one. Like, I was with
Yeah.
someone who literally knew that they were doing wrong, knew how much they was upsetting me, literally looking at me crying and being like, I know I'm upsetting you, but I just don't care. Knowing
Yeah.
full well I deserve better. Yeah, I didn't leave.
you need
But
to know
instead
yourself
of
you
telling
deserve
me
better.
you
It's
deserve
validation.
better, yeah, instead of telling me you deserve better, why not give me better? Like, why are you
Yeah.
staying but not giving me
But
the
then you
better?
can always say in another situation you've been in before as well. Yeah,
And
it's
that's
not the
not-
case. It's not a case of you like you don't want to be better. Like you physically can't because you just don't.
So if you're
Like,
not
don't
gonna,
fit
if you're
together.
not gonna turn around and make that decision and be like, I'm gonna leave so that you can find that person, then I guess that if you're staying,
In a way, you're harming
you're
them.
overstaying. You're welcome, and you are only hurting both of you.
Yeah. Facts.
Facts. Second sponsor. This is
Next.
the sponsor for Buzzball.
Buzzball, if you're watching this, I'd like it if you sponsor us because again, we have got
Buzzballs.
what
This is the Pawns.
passion fruit.
What's it called?
Martini?
Passion fruit martini.
I don't know.
We're only drinking one
1.5
each
because
this
we
time.
had too many last time.
Absolutely spandangled, but I would love to venture out and try some new flavours. I think you
I'm
should
getting
try
bored of
some
this one.
Yeah.
Especially if we're doing weekly episodes, you can't keep drinking the same one. So.
You can't keep drinking a passion fruit martini every week. You are just going to have to send us some new flavours.
And by the way, I rate this one about 7. It's got a tang to it.
I like this one.
I prefer the
It's my
raspberry.
easiest one to
I
drink.
prefer the red one. I can get that down.
I find this
quicker.
one easier on the gullet. It's easier.
She said I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you. Oh, by the way, everyone, I'd actually only gave Frankie 4 instead of 5. So if you noticed that mistake, that is on me because apparently I can't read.
Oh, did you
Sorry,
miss one out?
I did. She says I didn't lie, but I didn't tell you. No, I didn't. She says I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you.
Depends what it's about.
No, that's always gaslighting.
Is it? She didn't lie, she just didn't tell you. I mean, fairs, if you
Yeah,
find
because you
something out...
purposely don't say things in situations where you know that you're doing something wrong and you think, I just won't mention that because realistically, what they don't know doesn't hurt them.
Yeah, and it's
And then you think-
yeah, okay, valid, because it's like, you know you're not mentioning that on purpose. So then when they do find out and they're like, well, why didn't you tell me? You're like, oh, I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you.
Yeah,
Like,
and you
okay,
think, well,
valid.
yeah, but you knew in the moment.
Gaslit.
Gaslit.
as fuck.
Anyway, I feel like everyone's guilty of that though at some point. Like, so many things that you just.
Now,
avoid
what? I don't
saying.
even remember
Like,
that.
what?
How could I tell me that?
That's
How I don't even
so
remember. I
wild.
don't even know about that.
They didn't believe it. They don't believe in labels, but act jealous when you talk to someone else. That's a load of bullshit. I think. I mean, that's like obviously gaslit.
Well,
And I just think, realistically, if you don't believe in labels and you want to be in a relationship but not be in a relationship, but have your cake and eat it,
if you can't firm to be in a friends of benefits, that's actual friends of benefits, then don't do it.
like literally,
Just
like
don't do it.
you either do it or you don't.
If
like,
your feelings are getting too involved and you're like, you know what, yeah, I actually start to get jealous over this person, then tell them. And if they don't,
Make
if they
it
don't
serious,
want it, if
you
they
might
don't
as well.
want it, let them go.
no point. Waste of time, waste of energy, delusional.
Gaslit.
Gaslit. Anyway, that was actually the last one. So now we're going to do put a finger down and you can do it at home if you want, and I'm going to score it basically. So, I don't actually have this written down, but 0 to 3, if you put 0 to 3 fingers down, you're only slightly delusional. If you put 3 to sort of 6 down, then you're average. If you put 6 to 8, then you are delusional, and if you put 8 plus, then you are actually a psychopath,
Off
and
your
that
head.
is you're off your head, and
You're
you
off
just
your
need
head.
to,
You need to get a brain check and you need to sort yourself out.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Right.
So,
Camera
Casey's
face.
gonna read them.
Put a finger down if you've ever taken someone back after they've cheated. Good start, girls. Believed we're just friends, knowing full well that they aren't.
As in, their friend. Oh,
Someone that you've been with, basically pretending,
claiming they were just friends. No,
but then it's been proved that it's not.
Yeah.
no.
Have you ever put 100% and only received 20% back in a relationship?
I'm probably gonna come back as really.
Stayed with someone when my whole family hated them. Tried to heal them and ended up breaking myself.
Who wrote these then?
That one hurt, actually.
Told your friends it's complicated when it was just toxic. Stayed with someone to avoid the chaos of leaving them. Changed their name in my phone so my friends didn't know that we still spoke. Ever planned an outfit just in case you bumped into them.
Nah.
Or stolen their Spotify just to get their attention.
So I got.
So you're an
8.
8 and I'm on 7.
So I am psychopath, but I'm not anymore. Okay, I just want to prove I'm not anymore.
Yeah, can we just disclaim this is all like
Past.
This is like 2019.
If I was to score myself out of 10 on being delusional, 1 to 10, before I would say I was a 9, probably even pushing a 9.5. Now, I would probably a 2.
At this moment in time, I'm delusional level 1. Go back a few years to like 18, 19, 20-year-old me, I'd say I'm a good 8.5 delusion.
I reckon 12.
12 out of 10
Yeah.
Delusion.
Yeah.
In one of my situations, I
In
was
2.
skyrocketed through the. Okay, in 2 of my situations, I skyrocketed through the roof on delusion.
Yeah, I was gonna
To be
say
fair,
just 2.
I was blindsided by delusion to the point that when I come out of the delusion, I had to write everything down in my notes to fully process what I had just gone
And
through.
it's still to this day, every time we see each other, literally, no, like every 4 or 5 times we see each other, it gets brought up and the notes come out.
Yeah.
The notes come out and she rereads top to bottom.
Should I
everything.
should I list some of the top delusional things that I've done throughout that
go on,
relationship?
you might as well while we're here.
So whilst we're here, I mean, so we had when I got
can't even
with
listen to it. I actually
when
can't.
I got with said girl. One day, police showed up to her door and arrested her for beating up her ex, and I said, "Do you have a solicitor?" And I got her a solicitor. There you go, there's one. The other ones, her mum used to pull me to the side and tell me, "Babe, like, we are completely understand if you want to leave. Like, we fully respect your decision and we actually really like you and we don't want you to get hurt." Another one, she turned to me once and said, "I'm really surprised I haven't hit you yet like all of my other exes." And I was like, "Oh, that's really sweet.
I'm so glad I'm different.
I'm so glad I'm different and you don't want to punch me in the face as much as your other exes."
Yeah. that's
Anything
bad.
else delusional you can remember that was going on in that situation?
The fact that you didn't have.
I wasn't allowed to.
You wasn't allowed friends.
I wasn't allowed to leave the house or see my friends. I wasn't
But you
allowed.
believed it was okay. I don't know. Another thing that I do remember is if the girl that she was with at the time was not happy about something, for example, speaking over her, or even which actually don't fucking doubt she loves to do
They
that.
like
do
to
you know
talk
what
a
I
lot.
mean? She would basically put her in the naughty corner.
She
would
put me in
talk
a
to her.
timeout.
She
Like
was in
she,
timeout. No, that's it. Do not speak to me anymore because that's it.
and
You
she'd
spoke
use
over me.
"You don't listen to a word I say. You
You
don't
know
care
that
about
upsets
me.
me.
You know that upsets me. You don't love me. You're a shit girlfriend." Just because I'd just be like, in a
And I do
conversation.
understand, like, it can be frustrating, and some people, like, you've said it upsets you so many times, but, like, for the sake of doing,
For the sake of, like,
just
yes.
acknowledgement that you are listening,
If
because,
my granddad tells me a story, he says to me, "Can you say yes to acknowledge that I'm speaking?"
yeah, because otherwise I'm going to walk away thinking you're not listening
So,
anymore, like, at least you know,
I wanna
oh, yeah, I've
acknowledge.
listened, yeah, and it was, oh my god, I've told you so many times you're not allowed to do that,
Yeah,
so,
I wasn't allowed to get a sunbed because every time I got a sunbed, it ended up in a row. So I think she just wanted me to
Couldn't be on the
pale.
phone.
Couldn't be on the phone.
have I been in any delusional situations that you can think of?
You have been delusional.
I've been delusional loads.
A past relationship was fully speaking to someone else at the same time as you, and the girl told you everything that they were saying, and you still stayed with her.
I know, and another time as well, I did actually believe that we're only just friends comment, and I was literally showing photos and everything, like, yeah, look, yeah, we both, and it was just like, we both have the same interests, we both do the same things, blah, 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 and then, next thing you know, lo and behold, they're now married with kids, not literally, but, you know what I mean, and then, I've been deluded in another situation where someone else I was with was so in love with their mum at the time, so in love with their mum, to the point where genuinely I went on holiday and my mum said that she wouldn't do that to her boyfriend if she didn't invite him.
Wait, who the fuck are you talking about? I get what you're saying now.
No, just say like,
Do you know what? Yeah, the mum and son situationships can be so weird. Like one of my friends, her exes, his mum was so in love with him that it was just like, are you alright? Like there's actually something severely wrong with you. Like her little prince could never do wrong in her eyes. And if she had the chance to fuck him, she would.
But I feel like there wasn't, even not just with boys, like that happens with girls, like their mum becoming like
too involved.
too involved
Too
with
much
them
to
and just
say.
thinking like,
Delusional.
thinking they're like, there's being friends with your mum obviously, but sometimes like some mums take it like,
Oh, they really put their foot in. They become friends with your friends. They become involved
And
in your
involved in your
relationship.
relationship, in your friendship drama, like everything. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, well,
hang
my
on a
mum
minute.
said, it's like, no, listen, do you know what I mean? I
It's
don't
like,
know.
well,
It's
is
just
she not supposed to be the mum? Not the friend and the devil's
I feel
advocate?
like a mum's meant to be the person that you go to when you have an argument. Your mum's not meant to be the person that gets involved in the argument with you.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
valid.
mean?
Like, so my mum, there was a row once that kicked off with a friend, and the mum was involved. And my mum turned around and said, "Do you think for a second that I would be beefing your however old friends at the time?" And I was like, "Do you know what? Valid."
It doesn't matter even if we're adults. Like, fair enough, if you give it, you can take it. I'll always stand by that. But at the same time, like, if it is a situation where you know that is your child's friends or your child's
Just let them hash it
friends'
out.
friends or whatever, you know everyone's like, girls are going to be girls, people are going to sort it out eventually. Don't get involved in it.
She's broken the seal. I got a deal. I'm gonna get drunk tonight. We're gonna get on the mic, and I'm feeling alright, and I might get with somebody. His name is Mike. Loads of you sent in dilemmas, so we're just going to read out a couple more because we feel like they're too good to not even include. So, and we want to help you out.
Okay, so my ex said that he needed space, so I respected that by driving past his house once a week just to make sure he was still alive. Was that delusional love?
Driving past his house once a week to make sure he was alive. Just check his socials.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do that. If I thought like someone was cheating on me or something, I would probably turn up. Like that is me. But when it's after you've broken up, don't do anything.
I mean,
That
imagine
is a
if
bit
he saw you that every time, that once a week, just driving past. He'd think you're mental.
He would think you're delusional.
I don't even think I'd have
like,
the time of day. But then what if every day you did drive past, he was out, he was at work or something, and you're just going to think yourself into, oh my god, where is he? What's he doing?
Yeah, I
Who's he
think
with?
that's a bad thing to do for yourself anyway.
Yeah, like, that'll fuck up your
And
head.
like, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I mean, I wouldn't catch my. I mean, back in the day, obviously, like, I have shown up to a few places knowing that someone was going to
Yeah.
be somewhere. It's
different.
always been validated as well. Like, I showed up one time to this pub because I knew that there was a girl there that I didn't like who was getting a bit close with one of my exes. And I went to the pub and they were there, nice and cosy. And I hated her from the second that I saw her. And then a couple of weeks later, who cheats on me with who? Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
So sometimes
Yeah.
it is valid to like drive past, go check on someone.
Yeah, trust your
see what
gut. But
they're
that's what we
doing.
said in the last episode. Trust your gut always. So if you do feel like you are in a situation where something's going on and something is not
And
adding
you
up,
know.
then at fairs I will never fault anyone for going to turn up because you might as well.
Because imagine you
Yeah,
did it
you
and you
might
wouldn't have
find
even
out.
known.
You
would
might as
never
well
have
find
known.
out.
You might as well. You might
But-
as well.
But going back to the actual question, yeah, driving past their house once a week is probably a little bit
That's
delusional.
delusional.
At the same time, I understand it can come from love, but it does get to a point where it's becoming delusion.
Plus, they're gonna have some mad opinion of you of like, this girl's turning crazy. Like, stay
Yeah.
away from me. Like,
Just stalk their socials on a fake account. Honestly, you'll never get caught.
or just
And
hide
you
in a
can
bush.
do it.
Like, don't let him see you driving past the
Yeah,
house.
dress
you know
up.
What I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Who's that girl on TikTok that
Pretends
does?
to be a bin bag outside
Yeah,
the door.
I thought she was fine. She's just there.
She's
She is
literally
brilliant.
there, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
At least get a disguise or something.
Yeah, do something a bit better.
Show up
Like,
to his work as a fake customer. I don't know.
yeah, message him and tell him he's won a free PlayStation on Instagram.
Well, that's a new one.
That's a good one.
That's good in that one.
Oh, it is. Oh, if it was a guy, I'd say lashes. Always offer them a lash
We need a
appointment.
proper good account for that though.
Always. Mm.
Proper fake account for that one.
Another one as well that we were sent in was, there is quite a few, but I'll just pick out the best ones. I saw my ex's car outside a restaurant, so I waited an hour in the car park just to see who he was with. Turns out it wasn't even his car. Right, I have done that.
Oh, like proper convince yourself that someone you were stalking was someone and then they weren't.
No, I've stalked someone that I thought I was like, so someone I was in a relationship with. I thought they were cheating on me, and I thought they were lying about where they were because they were very toxic. So they just had their location up and stuff, like on purpose during arguments. So I did find where they were and watch the car that I thought that they were going to be in and the location they were at outside to see who they left with.
And did you see them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was proven right.
Yeah, but it was pretty
did
right,
that
but they
just
weren't
not
up to
say-
anything, so I watched them for 2 hours for them to not be up to anything anyway, so that was delusion on my behalf. But
sorry,
um,
did that not just say that they followed someone and it wasn't them?
it turned out it wasn't their car.
So they've done it and it was a waste of time. But I mean, is that delusional though? Because you thought that they were playing,
Yeah, I don't think it's delusional because you
have
thought it was.
there's a reason that
yeah.
you thought that. But then are you delusional for even forcing yourself into thinking that there was a reason when really they were just down the park with the fucking dog. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could have been doing anything, and you've sat there at home and thought, well, are you? And you're like a bit skits on it. So actually, there's two sides.
Yeah, in a way, there is two sides, because you could say that you had every reason to suspect.
Or there was no reason, and you've just fully convinced yourself that they are doing something bad, and then you've gone and proven yourself wrong, and you're like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah. I mean, that could go two ways.
It could be you are slightly delusional, or you're not at all. Depends.
Yeah.
It actually depends. I was just
because if I drove past, like if I thought that Casey was doing X, Y, and Z, and I drove past the car, I would always hang around if I thought that she was doing that, and I thought that like that was her car. I would always hang around in that moment, just to clarify. But if I didn't have a suspicion, if I was just driving past and I didn't know what she was up to today or anything, and I just drove past and thought, oh, her car's parked outside Tesco, I wouldn't then wait for her to come out of Tesco.
Yeah.
Just like, it would have to be for a good valid reason.
Good valid reason. And plus, if you called me and was like, oh, I think she's doing something, I'd actually be randish straight away. I'd be so invested as well. I'd be like, well, let's fucking go and find out then. Like, do you know what I mean? It's quite fun to venture out sometimes like that. I feel like you just need a bit of excitement in your life sometimes.
Sometimes you do. I manifested my ex texting me, and when he did, it was just to ask for his hoodies back. What are you doing if that happens? Well, I mean, I actually don't own any of my ex's stuff. I feel like I did the swap quite quick.
I still have some of my ex's stuff, and I can't even be asked to give it back.
The first one I did the swap, but I think that's because like it was a very like serious.
You give all the main things back, like when you're done with the
second one, I didn't do a swap at all.
Take it. I still have her fucking house key. It's just a long drive, and I just don't want to have to do that
because it is just inconvenient. Like, it's done now. Like, do you really think for 1 second that I travelled 3.5 hours to go and return things?
No, of course.
Do you really think I put anything
That's
for the
so
post and paid for
long.
the postage? No, I didn't.
I've only got to go 40 minutes.
Anything that got kept stuffed in my wardrobe for about 6 years.
But there's nothing
6
wrong
years, 6
with
months.
in this situation. There's nothing wrong with asking for your stuff back, and if you're fine with giving him his stuff back, then just give him his stuff back.
Did you see that thing that happened? Poor girl.
What?
That something to do with she was trying to give us what was it? She was
her
walking.
Friend,
it was her friend broke up with her
boyfriend.
Yeah, her friend broke up with her boyfriend, and he was basically meant to be meeting her before school to give her stuff back, like a teddy bear or something. And he went to go, like, he had her bag, and he was basically, I think he was on a wind up, like, not giving her stuff back. So her friend ran over to him and like yanked the bag out of his hand. He turned around and shot the girl.
Stabbed her.
He ran over to her and stabbed her and killed her.
In London.
In London. She was like 14.
You're joking.
Obviously, my information could be incorrect, her age and stuff, but yeah, no.
What the hell?
Awful.
Just on
literally on a normal date, it was like, oh, like me and you going to meet your ex or something to get your stuff back. And them not giving it to you, so me walking over and being like, just give it here.
It was in the middle of the day at a bus stop in London.
Yeah, it was like 8 a.m. It was like morning, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, awful.
Oh my god, that's insane.
That's what I mean. So it is scary in times like that. Like,
I mean, yeah, not to say that your boyfriend's gonna fucking stab you or anything.
No, it was her boy. It was her friend's boyfriend.
That's even like that's so odd.
Her friend and her boyfriend had broken up, and that's what I'm saying. It'd be like you and your ex.
What a stupid thing to waste your life over as well. Like, are you really that?
And ruin a life over. Do you know what I mean? You've ruined a life and wasted your own life for what?
For what? For literally what?
Have you seen the whole thing about that girl, Kira? Is that her name Kira? Kira Cousins?
Don't know.
Pretending to be pregnant.
Oh my god.
That is crazy.
I have some questions. First of all, if you're with your boyfriend and you've got a fake bump, how is he looking at you?
Unless you don't know, but you got to think though, how would they, like, if maybe they don't have like sleepovers all the time, like,
or maybe they weren't together, but like the bump, she's got to have brought multiple size bumps to upgrade her bump every
they have
month.
adjustable ones now.
But that's insane. And
I've actually seen them.
Poking her belly, pretending to move, and then I'm thinking, was it like a silicone bump so it actually looked like skin, so she was actually tricking people even more with like or was it just like, there's a film with like Lindsay Lohan, it's called Labour Pains, and she pretends to be pregnant, but she just takes it out of a mannequin, it's just a pillow.
No, but
then when someone has a baby in your family, you only want to get them the best, especially if this is her first baby that she's just thrown a whole gender reveal for. Everyone's convinced it's a girl, everyone's happy for her that she's having this baby. Like, people are going to buy her things.
Like, if she had money, she might have been able to buy one of the actual proper bumps to fool people, because realistically, like you've just said, she's managed to grow her bump over this time. I don't think she was in a relationship with the boyfriend, because the gender reveal photos were just her.
Plus, he would have known. He would have seen.
I do think like he would have noticed. He would have.
But he held the fake doll and was convinced it was real.
Which is what I don't understand, but then you can get reborns. I've seen someone live before the reborn, and I genuinely sat on their live and I commented, why is your baby not moving? Because
Yeah,
I
but
thought,
look at it long enough in your arms and then you're just going to think, that
boys,
don't look
like,
real.
boys.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you know much about reborn dolls, but it's like a whole thing. Like, people vlog, people make YouTube channels and they make day in the lives of their reborn dolls as if they're real.
Right.
So in my head, when I saw that, I thought this woman is so obsessed with having a baby to the point she's obviously faked it,
That's
put
what
it
I
on,
thought.
gender reveal, wants everyone to believe it's real, knowing full well the entire time a reborn doll was going to come out of it.
But then she said it died.
But then she'll... Yeah, but that's the weird part.
She messaged and said, I'm sorry, I can't explain it right now, but the baby's dead, something happened. But this is what, that's the thing.
So
like,
did she have a funeral for
so
the
then
doll?
if you, no, because I think after
got
that's when
baited.
they got baited. But if she wanted a baby that bad, she would have stuck to it then. At least a bit
I
longer
think she
than...
only told people it died because it all come out in real life and she couldn't get away with it any longer. I
What
think
could she have done as well? Baby ain't growing.
I just...
Like, what, your
It's never
baby is
gonna
not
get any
growing. Your
bigger.
baby is literally constantly
Yeah,
a
but
baby.
I genuinely, when I was younger, I like to watch reborn doll videos. They would make it look like they were eating. They'd make it like they'd put them to bed. They'd wake them up. They'd take them out. People would come and like look at their babies, and people would genuinely think they were real because all they'd have was a blanket and a dummy. And if you look at a reborn doll that looks like real enough with a dummy and in a real life pram with a blanket, yeah, it's gonna look real. Someone pokes their fucking head over. And it's like they're living in a fantasy of having a baby.
That's the same as their Facebook post she was posting though. Like, she was posting photos like that in the pram.
That's delusional. That is a sick and twisted
And
mind
if you
to
scroll
convince
past-
your entire family that you're having a real baby.
But imagine scrolling on Facebook. This is a point I saw in a YouTube video earlier. If you're scrolling on Facebook and you saw someone that you don't care about, right? Someone that you literally went to school with, you don't even know why you've got them on Facebook, but they've had a kid. Realistically, you've seen that photo, you can't even see her face. You would think, oh, carry on
Cute.
scrolling. If I scrolled past one that was like wrapped up in the winter, I wouldn't even look at it for long enough to even look at her feature.
Well, no, if you
because
didn't,
it's
if you
just
didn't
a
know that
baby,
she
like-
faked the pregnancy and faked the gender reveal and faked the entire thing, and she posted a photo, you'd be like, yeah, cute. But then if you
Yeah.
looked, I do think if you looked at it long enough, I'd be like, why does it look
Yeah,
dead?
but you wouldn't because you've seen all her gender reveal and everything. Do you know, like me?
Someone said it looks like it's defrosting, and it did.
It did.
It looked like it'd been in the freezer
It
for
was
fucking
like
3
bluey
weeks.
pink. Like, it was like a weird colour.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. If I really, really looked at it, I'd be like, that's a fucking doll.
But then was she smart enough to, like, if I was doing that, if I was her, I would purposely not meet you, but I'd meet certain ones of my friends that I think
They're gonna
wouldn't
fall
care
for it.
enough to
If you
be
ever
like,
done
oh my
that to
god,
me-
pick up my baby and stuff. Like, do you know, you've got some friends, I have got some friends that would be like, oh, and that was it. And I'd be like, shh.
If I come to your house convinced that you had just given birth and I picked up a doll, I don't know, what do you even do in that situation if you two convinced me that you just had a baby and it was a fucking...
Would you say
real doll?
something to me?
I'd be like, are
Would
you fucking alright in the head, love? Like,
Would you say that though, or would you like slyly think it and
I
then
think
go
I'd just,
home and speak
I
to
think
someone
I'd
else
just look at you
first?
with
You know what I
pure
mean?
confusion and I would just say to you, is that a doll? Where's your
Is
baby?
that real?
Is that what's going? You would never. It would just be like, what the fuck? You've just
Yeah.
like, are you okay? That's like mental side.
It's worrying though, because part of me is like, I know her friend came online and said she doesn't need mental help, she needs like jail. And I do think like I think she needs jail, but she needs mental help in jail.
I think there's just something really wrong to
Because
to convince someone.
yeah, because the way she's hurt that boy and that boy's family and her friends, like
Oh,
in general.
yeah, he actually
Because
thought
if
he
you
was
fell
having a
pregnant
baby.
now, I'm sorry, but if you turn around to me and you gave birth to a dog, you'd break my heart. Genuinely.
This is what I'm saying. If
Even as a
I
friend, like you would break
if
my
I
fucking
experienced your entire pregnancy with you, genuinely thinking your belly was
heart.
growing,
Like loving it, do you know what I mean?
like holding your belly, thinking like I want it to, I can't
always
wait to hold
photo
it.
updates, like always the.
And then you send me, she's here with a photo, and I'm like, oh my fucking god.
And you
yes.
said how was the pregnancy? I was like, nah, no stretch marks, nothing.
And then
like,
I'll come round. I said, when can I meet you? He said, come round tomorrow. And I come in, it's a fucking doll.
You would be so gutted though.
I'd be so disappointed and just like
I'd
weirded
actually
out
say
by
to
you.
really like you.
I'd be like,
fucking
you
freak.
two are weird as fuck. Like, actually, I don't think I can be your friend anymore.
Innit, why have you just
Like, are
done
you
that?
alright? Like, that's actually weird. That's really weird.
No, you can actually be there.
And did she base the weight of the baby off how much it fucking...
Yeah,
like-
she said her dad's weight or something to say, oh, same as my
And her due
granddad.
date was literally based on the day of delivery of the fucking post. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it was all
that's
timed
just that's
perfectly.
weird as
It's the
fuck.
same, but there's also been, I'm now just on about
So
real
then
life
she
stories.
is delusional though. Like,
Yeah,
these are
these are delusional
she
stories
is
in a way.
delusional.
There
as
was
fuck.
also another girl that literally abused herself, right? Trying to say that her boyfriend abused her. This one's bad.
Then people like
I'm
that
pretty
are really
sure
insane.
she she hit herself over the face with a hammer
And just to convince people that
to convince people that she was being abused. And
Oh
she
my
said,
God.
and she posted on Facebook herself, look at what so-and-so's done to me.
There was a
and she's
documentary on
done
that,
something. Was
something
there?
like that,
It
yeah.
might have, I don't know if it's the same one, but there's something definitely about a woman and a hammer. And I thought,
No,
why would
because
you do
people.
that?
I watched a documentary. It was about this girl, and she'd claimed that 5 different people had raped her, and they actually went to court, and they had the trial, and people were
we
convinced.
started watching
People were
them.
convinced that it was true until it started slipping that she was hitting herself, abusing herself. All of the stories were fake, and all these poor boys were getting almost sent to prison, and their lives still ruined to this day, because when people see them in the streets, still they'll call them a rapist because they don't know
Lying
that
about
she was
rape
lying.
ruins people's lives.
Ruins
It
your
really
life.
does. I don't know why,
What is going through your mind to want to pretend that someone's raped and abused you, and then actually go
and
through
you
with
know
it?
what it's going to do to them. Being rapists
Yeah,
are
of
absolutely
course.
disgusting. So for you to then go and say, because you're annoyed with someone or you don't like someone or something, for you to then go and say they raped me is the boldest statement you
The
could
hatred you must have as
ever
well.
do. You have now painted them as a disgusting. No one wants them near their children,
That's some
near
next
their
level
girls,
delusion.
near anything. They don't want them working for them. They don't want anything to do with a rapist.
And to think
that's it.
as
Life's
well,
done.
if she managed to pull it off and sent these people to prison,
Then what?
she was living happily knowing, well, they've never even done that, and I've just got away with
With
it.
the guilt of 5, not
But
once,
not guilt,
twice, 5.
no guilt at all, because she had no
No
problem
remorse.
with turning. If I turned around and looked at a stranger in the street and had to tell someone that he raped me, do you know how uncomfortable that would make
I
me
wouldn't be
feel?
able to do
Even
it.
knowing I didn't know them, but just it's not true. How do you turn someone and convince someone that you got raped when you didn't? So I've just thought, after all of this delusional speaking, I actually have a personal delusional story of a stalker that I had. So I need to explain it. So basically, there's this boy, let's call him Steve. And me and Steve, I knew who he was, but I'd never met him anyway. One day, I'm walking out of Tesco with my friend, and I can hear Frankie. So I'm like, did you hear that? Carry on, Frankie. That one there.
I can see.
Turn around, I see Steve, checkered shirt, Crocs. I was like, I know who that is.
And the shorts.
In the
The
shorts.
khaki shorts.
I was like, I know who that is. So I turned to my friend, I said, that's Steve. She went, I don't know who that is. I said, no, that's Steve. Anyway, so we've come to the end, yeah.
The
So
Steve as
we've
well.
gone up this way, up the road, and he's turned left, up the other way. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're sat on a bench outside Nando's. Me and my friend were waiting for an Uber. We're going to go home. I'm literally looking at my phone down, booking my Uber. My friend starts nudging me, Frankie. I look up, I see Crocs. I look up, and Steve is in front of me. He goes, Frankie, do you know who I am? I know who you are. I was like, oh, I don't know you. He runs across the road, all the way down in his flip-flop, Crocs, whatever he's wearing, and he's gone. So I thought, well, that was weird for starters.
Weird encounter.
Really weird encounter. Second time, me and my other friend were in the car. We're parked outside the co-op. Me and her, we're just sitting in the car having a chat. Steve comes out of the corner. I'm in the passenger seat. He comes to my window. He drags his finger across the window. He walks across the front of the car, dragging his finger across the bonnet, keeping eye contact the entire time. Comes all the way around to driver's side.
Doing it as
Looks
well.
down into the car, looks at both of us, then walks away. So I thought, well, that was fucking weird. That's the second encounter. Third encounter. Me and my other friend, we've gone to one of our mates' houses. We get back at about 1 o'clock in the
It
morning.
was so late that night.
So
as well.
about
so
1:30,
late.
and it's freezing. It's like October. The you know when the windows of the cars are iced over, so you literally can't even see in or out. So we get out our Uber, and road's dead. Like, I live on a main road, and my friend says, should we have a fag? So we get in the car because it's so cold. We don't want to smoke outside. So she's got her car keys. She said, let's sit in the car. Car's windows are frozen over. You can't see in, you can't see out. Sat in the car, having a fag. We just about finished it, and I can hear from my driveway, bear in mind, my friend's car is parked in front of my driveway. It's 1:30 in the morning. I can hear Frankie.
Again.
So I think, oh, my brother must have come back late from a motive or something, he's been out late. So I said to my friend, I said, open the door, it's probably my brother. She opens the door, he is stood there, literally I'm her, he is here. I've clocked it's Steve, I've gone, shut the door. So she shuts the door. I said, lock the door. She locks the door. I called my dad. I said, Dad, there's a boy out here and I'm pretty sure he's fucking stalking me, because why is he on my driveway and how does he know that I live there? Dad's come running out, socks and boxers, sees him running up the road, obviously shouting whatever, and my dad's immediately is like, you need to call the police. Anyway, from this we figure out he lives 6 minutes up the road, so yeah, he has reason to be in the area.
You're not the first person
but
who's
I
done it
wasn't
to
the first
either.
person.
It's happened.
So the reason that I knew that he lived 6 minutes up the road was because he actually walked to another girl's house who I know, had wrote a hand-wrote letter which basically said, "Dear so-and-so, I would love to spend my birthday with you. I want you to be my girlfriend. I'm jealous that you have another boyfriend. I need you to come to this address," gave his address, "and come to my house, celebrate my birthday and blow my candles out with me." Walked to her house and put that through her letterbox. Hence why I knew where he lived, 6-minute walk from me. Told the police, they said, it's not the first time he's done this. It's definitely not been the last, and he had multiple girls that he's done this with, and he was
even after. I remember when there's been multiple occasions where I've seen him in the street and he's just said my name and Casey's name.
You've seen him at the bins.
He does it to me loads.
Casey he followed Casey. She was going to work and she was getting the train. One stop on the train, 5 minutes on the train. He was getting on the train with her from here, from literally the train station is what, 2-minute walk. He was getting on the train with her. He was then circling her up and down on the carriage, purposely looking at her as well. Like, there was countless times when she sent me photos.
He was stood in front, like on the chair in front of me, staring at me.
Like leaning on his knees on the chair, looking over the chairs at her. And this happened like 3 or 4 times, like, fucking Steve. And then there was also another time where I was at my friend's house and I was drinking, and I remember saying I was going to go to the shop to go get more alcohol or mixer or something. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And I was in my friend's mum's jacket because I was freezing in a little dress. And I remember I was on FaceTime, I was walking and I heard my name. Ignored it because I just didn't think anything of it. I'm not joking. His hand goes on my shoulder, right? Jacket lifts up like this. So I'm there, like, eyes literally widened because I could literally see it in my photo. And literally my friend's dad turned around and said, "Who the fuck is that?" As I've said it, literally let go. So I've turned around. Annabelle, you went to whatever college, didn't you? Yeah, I was like, what? He was like, your birthday is the 14th of 7th, 2001. And I was like, I don't know who you are. Denied going to the college, denied that my birthday was correct, everything. And he was like, you did. Literally had hold of me still. I literally, tell you what, I ripped the jacket off, right? Literally ripped the jacket off. I fucking ran. I wasn't even scared even because I know he's not going to do anything.
But he's scary.
He is scary. He's weird. So I literally ran, kept fucking running. All I could hear on the phone was, who was that? Didn't even say Steve. Like, I was running. And then on the way back, the jacket was literally there on the floor, like literally perfectly laid out. And I just thought,
but that's the thing. Imagine.
But that was quite near, because that was near the co-op, which was quite near your.
But this is the thing.
house.
He lives there. But my thing, when I got inside after the on my driveway incident, I thought, what if I was alone? What if I hadn't have got in the car?
Yeah, because then who would you have rang?
And what if I
alone?
walked to my driveway up to my house and he was stood on my driveway? How would that interaction have gone? Police said to me, when the police tell him off for like having a thing for a girl, he understands that they can't be friends, but he moves on to the next.
Yeah.
And he does it again. And again. Scary. And his mugshot's horrific. He is a scary fucker.
He is. Right, we've tried not to waffle as much in this video. We probably still have because we are wafflers, so realistically we're going to do that every single episode. I hope you can hear me better and the sound has improved. If it hasn't, obviously we'll aim to do that better for next episode. But
basically at the end of every episode we're going to do a segment called What You Doing If, and it's what you doing if, and then we're going to take like basically a scenario based on whatever the episode topic is. So I've got 2 for the end of this episode. So the first, what you doing if, is what you doing if your ex texts you, "I miss you," when you're currently in bed with your current situationship. I had that come through and I just choose to ignore, because at the end of the day, like, no reply is a statement. If you're not getting a reply,
you'd think it
then
was.
then there's no interest. Well, you'd think that would stop, but do you know what I mean? Like, I think if you're laying next to someone, it's, you know what it is as well? It's the fear of the person next to you seeing it, because you don't want them to think badly of you.
Yeah.
So it's a quick, like, fuck off. But it's also like, well, now you've got me thinking, I thought we was done, and now you're telling me you missed
I think
me.
it's not even got you thinking. Make sure you clear that up before we even release this podcast, because you're not thinking absolutely nothing.
I don't think
I'm just going to say, like, realistically, you should understand if someone is ignoring your message, you should take that as, oh, okay, I'm not going to message again. But
It's like when you
don't
get
take
the
it like
weirdos
that.
in your DMs that have messaged you for 3 years.
And you think, I'm not going to reply to you now.
I didn't reply to you in 2020. I didn't reply to you in 2021, 2022, 2023, or 2024. But maybe this year you think you're going to get one. No. If I sent someone a message and they never replied, I'd be like, cool. Done. Never messaging you again.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're doing if situation. For me, in a situation like that, like I don't want any connections with any of my exes, so it is just going to get ignored.
If my ex was to message me, I would block it.
Yeah, you just
Remove
get
it.
rid. You wouldn't even notice it. You just ignore.
Just not even give it the time of day because it's an ex for a reason.
So, what you doing if your bestie gets with the person that you've been delusional over for months?
That happened to me when I was in school.
Did it?
Yeah, I actually did like 4 or 5
Did it
times. It did. It broke my little
A
heart.
knife to the chest.
I think it's very snaky. Like if you're friends with someone, then they shouldn't do that anyway.
You'd sort of just cut them off, wouldn't you? Really?
Yeah, you would. You wouldn't even need to explain.
Like,
why
how
you're
have I
cutting them
spent
off, like-
months stressing over someone, telling you about it, and you being my emotional support, but then you're going to get with them? Cool, done, bye.
Literally. I did have someone that actually tried to, how do I even word it? Gaslight me into believing that the person I was with was bad for them so that they could have them.
That's mental.
And then when I left, the person blocked me so that they could have the person now.
That's
But then
insane.
it didn't end up with the person anyway, so the delusional person was them, and it's, do you know what I mean?
I
But,
just say it with chest. Do you know what I actually fancy them? So can you just? So that is what we're doing if in them scenarios. But let us know what you would do in them scenarios in the comment section or on Instagram, and then with the best replies, we're going to read them out in the next episode.
And again, like, comment, subscribe, leave any dilemmas, any situations, anything in the comments, or even message us privately because
If you need help on anything, it could be
Advice.
family issues, relationship issues. I don't know. Anything.
give us
issues.
ideas for next topics as well. Like, we actually do want to hear what you think.
Yeah, we
because-
want to know if there's anything specific that you want us to talk about. Like we want to do what you want to hear at the end of the day.
We're just winging it.
We're just winging it.
We actually are, so
You're
give
just-
us ideas.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, thanks for watching, listening.